Hey, yo, check this shit out, yo.
I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover blood, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat their children for lunch, and you know, us Jews, you know, we got to do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wickstrom, and me, Rabbi Aby Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways. Good job right now.
Yes, you've done a pretty good job, but you know, there's quite an awakening coming, and my father, who's not your father, my father Yahweh, who isn't your father, of course your father is talked about by my father in John 8:44, stating that your father was Satan and that you're the descendant of Cain, who was the first murderer. And you know that's true because you teach it in your synagogue.
Pause. So the God of the Jews is the devil. God of Christianity is Yahweh. How about let's do a quick deep dive on who this Yahweh character truly is, shall we?
So, 2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1 says, "Again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel." Again. So, it is emphasizing that something is happening again, and that the anger of the Lord again was kindled against Israel. It's very specific who it's talking about. Capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D. The Lord was kindled against Israel, and he incited David against them, saying, "Go number Israel and Judah." So, whatever, goes on and on. David did so, but turn to 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 1. Then Satan stood against Israel and incited David to number Israel. So David said to Joab, "Go to whatever." So he does so. Why does it say Satan stood against Israel when the other one just said that the Lord stood against Israel and incited David to take a census? This one says Satan stood against Israel and incited David to take a census. Now, I've done the study and research to find that this is not an error. They're both talking about the same person. Yahweh, the Lord, and Satan are one and the same.
Thank you for the question. Yes, Baal is a title that means Lord or Master. It was also the name of Adu or Hadad, a Canaanite storm deity. And so just like El could mean El, the high deity of the Canaanite pantheon, or could just mean deity, Baal could be used as a proper name or as a title. So Yahweh was absolutely referred to as Baal.
Y'all ready to destroy another religion with me and get some people really, really mad? Modern Judaism is a counterfeit religion, just like modern Christianity. Rephaim is synonymous with Baal and is directly connected to Yaldabaoth. The reason you don't hear the names of any of these lesser demonic entities in Judaism is because they were all smashed into one word, and that word is Yahweh. Just like Baal and Moloch, stories from antiquity tell us that Yahweh demanded the sacrifice of burning babies, of which he snorted like an incense to ease his suffering living on an alien planet. Folks, look it up. I'm not joking with you. This is historical fact. So Yahweh is the God of sacrifice. Yahweh is the God of slavery. Yahweh is the God of oppression. And modern Judaism worships this God.
Cool, I just want to cover some ground there. Let's keep going.
Well, that's true, but it's not for you Goyim to know, but right now it's too late. It's over for you white race, so that's why I'm speaking so honestly here, to bring it out into the open so that you can see it for what it is. You've been teaching the people real good, but they don't wake up, do they? You don't get a lot of followers, do they? Because you know why? They're scared of us Jews, because they don't want to be called anti-Semites, and they believe that we're the chosen people, and so that's why we can do whatever we want to do, and we can get away with it because the white men are cowards, and we go to the synagogue all the time and have some Manischewitz and dance the Hava Nagila.
Well, that's very interesting. I understand it, but I also know the bloodletting. I know that on your Passover, which isn't mine, that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but you're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzah balls, and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover.
Well, there was a goyim that wrote a book about it back in the 30s. I forget his name at the moment. But anyway, he wrote the book. People didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues, where we drain their blood and watch them die there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchering, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses. And those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out there are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's your problem.
Haven't you noticed that there's no cemeteries that have been built since you've been born? I don't see any around here. It is now known that McDonald's produces over 69 million burgers each day. Put two and two together, there is your blood libel. Millions upon millions of children are missing each year. Combine that with the annual amount of people that die, and then combine that with what you now know. Put two and two together, and then you see who the real enemy is in all of this. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do y'all think about what that rabbi just confessed? It's out in the open now. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Peace, love, and abundance. I'm out.